How's it hanging, everyone? Welcome to the Hangout Hut. I'm your host, Matt Game. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for a superb discussion of the Nintendo Switch. We have finally gotten some new information that came in on January 13th. Actually, no, January 12th. And here we are, 24 hours later, and we are going to discuss the heck out of this thing. And with me today, I have special guests Hayze 77 and NiteLiter. If you guys want to say hi.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Alrighty, so let's get into this discussion, shall we? The first thing on our agenda to talk about the Nintendo Switch is the overall concept. Now, what would you guys say would be like the first overall reactions?
Okay, well, the first thing I have to mention is the light show. That was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you meaning that pre-show, like just before?
Yeah,
the
like the little,
presentation?
like the lights and stuff.
Yeah, I would have paid to go to that.
Other than that, I liked how they just went right into it with the pricing and stuff.
Yeah, I actually like that they were just like, hey, this is how much it's gonna be. This is what it's gonna be. But overall, the concept of it, when it was revealed back in October, I remember it was just the concept of taking basically the Wii U's gamepad, seamlessly transitioning it from the dock to a home console was a great idea, and I still think that the Switch is a nicely built piece of hardware right there. It's not again not going to be the most powerful PC on the planet, don't get me wrong, but it definitely is enticing.
Well, the Nintendo Switch is actually powered by NVIDIA, which is like very powerful. It's not Intel. Whoa! Did you guys hear that? that was like the smoke alarm just like went off for no apparent reason. But
They can't handle the NVIDIA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew it, but on the Wii U, Zelda's going to be running at 720p 30 FPS, and the Switch actually in its docked mode, that's the home console version when it's on your TV, is going to be in 1080p 30. So there's going to be some upscaling apparently when it's attached to the dock.
And I generally think that the pricing for the Switch is pretty reasonable, $300. I wasn't expecting anything lower than that, honestly.
Yeah, I thought it was a good price too, because
Yeah.
you're trying to stay reasonable, but of course you're trying to get more powerful system together, more than the Wii U was.
I think the only thing they did wrong with it is they didn't include a pack-in game with it, though. That's my only problem with it being $300, is that, like, I know the Wii was $250 when it launched, and it came with, like, Wii Sports as a pack-in title. I remember the N64, when it first came out, only released with 2 games, and it was Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, and it was also $300 at the time. Man, how far we've come now. Well, I would have liked the bundle, but I guess it is what it is. So I can hope for the holidays when, like, maybe Mario Odyssey comes out, so.
Yeah. And I think back when the Wii U was released, wasn't that $299, like the deluxe version of it? It was
The deluxe
the black
version
one.
was $299.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a deluxe one. Also came with a pack-in title, though.
that being Nintendo Land.
Were you
Yeah,
guys surprised that they didn't do a deluxe? Like, they didn't have a smaller version with smaller storage? I wasn't really that surprised at all.
I was concerned about storage at first until they said it was expandable memory, and I was just like, oh, it's okay, it's all right then. I mean, to me, I buy physical, so it doesn't really bother me at all, considering that they're all in cartridges anyways.
SD cards these days are going much down in prices because they're becoming more common. So that's definitely a helpful feature that will be able to be used in the Nintendo Switch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shouldn't really be a problem if you want to upgrade it anyways. I mean, I guess it's like a slight inconvenience if you really want to call it one, but for me, it wouldn't be that much. I know for other people it probably would, but I don't think it really is.
How about the controllers and accessories of the Nintendo Switch? What did you guys think about how everything was presented in that way? Also, the looks and feels of the controller, how they described it, and all. What would you guys say was your reaction?
Well, at first, I was a little bit afraid of the really small, I think the joysticks. I was
the Joy-Con?
afraid they were going to be, the Joy-Con, yeah.
Definitely agree.
I was afraid they were going to be small, but after looking at them and a few other people said that they were comfortable.
And I kind of felt the same way about the Joy-Con. Looking at them, I was just like, I don't, like the girl in the original Switch reveal. She had kind of small hands. I was like, oh, is it going to be like perfect for smaller hands and everything like that? But I remember Game Explain doing a discussion with the guy who actually was in the Switch reveal trailer, and he said he had really big hands, and he said it still felt comfortable and everything like that. So I also like the amount of controllers they have there. The Joy-Con basically attached to the tablet and basically make it the gamepad, which is cool. And then the Joy-Con can be used individually from each other. That's really cool. And then they also have their own controller and a Pro controller as well. I like really all of these connections together. I like all the different features they're added into the Joy-Cons. They're really, really packed a lot of stuff inside the Joy-Con.
Yeah, I think the with the controllers and the way they look, it seems like sort of weird at first, but like as soon as I finally get a feel for it, like I'll be able to decide for myself if it's actually comfortable. Like hopefully at GameStop and other gaming stores like that, we'll be able to experience that. How about the colors of the controllers, like the blue and red controller options that they had?
I have a feeling that they might give the Switch Joy-Cons like different skins or something like that, or like what they did with like the Wii U gamepad, they gave it like skin features and stuff like that. That was really cool. So maybe in the future they'll do like a Breath of the Wild skin for it, or a Mario Odyssey skin for it. It'd be really cool. I like the customization to the controllers.
And already with the Xbox One controllers, they've been ever since the announcement of E3, they said they were going to make customizable skins for the Xbox One controllers. Maybe they'll even do it with the Switch as well.
Yeah, I really actually. Like, if Nintendo takes a page out of Xbox's book, definitely, I really like the Xbox One controllers. They're really nice feeling, and they definitely have a lot of, cool skins and features. Like, they had some Star Wars ones, like R2-D2 and C-3PO. But so if Nintendo can apply that to, like, their Joy-Cons and stuff like that, I'd be probably all in with that.
And I think they did add don't they have, like, a little Zelda sticker that you can put on the... Not the Joy-Cons, but like the actual like system itself. I think you can do that.
Oh yeah, they were showing that.
Yeah, so they did add a little bit of customization already. So we'll probably see more of that in the future too.
I think the only thing I have to say about the accessories though, I mean they all come included with the Switch, no matter what you get. So the only thing that you don't get with the Nintendo Switch system is quite literally the Pro controller. And what's nice about this is that both Joy-Cons could basically be used as two controllers. I would have liked it if they gave us a Pro controller in there, because the accessories themselves are pretty steep right now.
The Pro controller is quite expensive too. It's like $70, I believe.
They're definitely going to have to either lower that price down, or people are going to resort to buying the third-party ones, hopefully at a really, really cheaper price.
Yeah. If you guys had had a say in what the price should be for the Pro controller, what would you guys say would be a good price?
$30.
Yeah, I think a reasonable price is around 30, 40. Even like 25 even sometimes. I
mean, like the reason why I like the Xbox One controllers so much is that they had a lot of customization. But then when they came out with that, the Xbox Pro controller, like their Pro controller, like their Elite. Oh, sorry, the Elite controller that they had. Dude, that's $50. That's a ridiculously expensive controller too. That's like almost the same price as a video game. Like, why would I pay the same price for a game for a controller? So,
yeah, that's true.
So I think I'll just stick with the Joy-Cons for now.
Yeah. And now that online games are like pretty much being promoted now, like it's starting to get like less and less of a need to have those extra controllers.
Speaking of another accessory, I like to go into some of the details of some of the mini accessories of the Switch too. I'll finish up with the Joy-Cons, but you saw how much stuff was packed into those little Joy-Cons. Maybe that's why they're so expensive. It's their whole HD, rumble they have going on with that. The feeling of that. That's kind of cool, I guess. I think they're appealing to the Wii audience, I guess, kind of like that, because the Joy-Cons are like a successor to the Wii remote, but in a different way. So I think that's cool, at least.
Yeah, they'll probably be one of those things though that you're not gonna use that for a whole game. It's gonna be like a little part in the game, not like the whole thing.
I also want to know
you can feel the weight of stuff and everything.
Yeah, that was what was cool to me.
Yeah, that was cool too.
He was tapping an amiibo to the control, like the joystick on the Joy-Con. I was like, wait, there's an NFC reader in there? Like the amount of stuff the amount of stuff they crammed into that thing is pretty cool, and that it has like a motion sensing front head and everything like that too.
So you can kind of understand why the Joy-Cons would be so much, but the Pro Controller, I don't really understand why it's like more than an actual game. I don't understand why.
A minute or two ago, we were talking about how like we're getting into the online game mode sort of generation now, and they were talking about online games. How do you guys feel about the subscription thing?
I feel as like every other console gamer that understands what like subscription fees are and everything like that. I'm just like, why do I have to pay to play online anyways? It's basically a practice I don't really understand, considering that if you're a PC person, I also have a PC, and playing games via Steam or any other clients and everything like that, you play using their servers, you don't have any problems, you don't have to deal with that. That's like an advantage that PC people never have to understand. And like,
right.
even though Nintendo's online services have been I guess lackluster compared to other people, like they didn't offer like, hey, look, your friend is online, like in a really cool a user interface kind of like way. There was no voice chat, there was no this. At least the online was free. I know people have been begging Nintendo to get with the times and say we want a better online service. I think if they do it right and they offer it at a reasonable price, maybe like, I don't know, even if it's $60 a year, like other like PlayStation things, like that's still reasonable.
I think having the option to be able to have like either a 3-month period, a 6-month period, a 12-month period like the Xbox One does, at least you have the option if you're willing to stick with playing online for that amount of time. Otherwise, if you buy the yearly subscription and you only like play like, let's say maybe 1 or 2 months of the year.
I do think they probably should have like added more to the subscription, because the Xbox One, I think they give you a whole game, like a free game, like a third party or even like a new game. I think they give you free for like ever. So
I actually heard rumors on that, like the whole NES and SNES Virtual Console game you get like every month and stuff like that. Some people have been reading into it and saying that the wording is a little off. I think other people were saying that you actually do get that free NES or SNES game free every month. The way they worded it might be, I don't know if it's off or not. I mean, it would be Nintendo to actually be like, hey, you have it for a month and then we take it away from you. I mean, to be honest, but until they say otherwise, I think the wording was a little bit off. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it.
Maybe like $5 a month would be like a little, like maybe would be a reasonable price.
It's debatable.
I don't know. Again, we don't know if Nintendo has
that equals 60 a year. So
you do make a good point there when you calculate the math. 5 times 12.
Yeah, so it could possibly be $5 a month, but yeah, we'll see.
That sounds cool. Now, what do you guys think about this? So sometimes on Xbox One, there's like this like special promotion thing where you can get Xbox Live Gold for 1 month, and you only have to pay $1 for it. Now, what if Nintendo had sort of like a similar sort of promotion for their online services, maybe for free, possibly? I'm not sure if that would what you guys think about that.
I think they are gonna try to like copy or like do what the other companies are doing. Mostly, I think they're gonna try to focus a lot on what they're doing.
I like how we completely ignore PlayStation Network here. We've only been talking about Xbox and Nintendo. Sorry, no hate against PlayStation. I actually think PlayStation.
Well, it's kind of like PlayStation and Xbox. They do like the same. They do the same thing. I think it's even the same price. So.
Well, yeah, their architecture is the same, and no hate against anybody here. You're allowed to game on whatever you want to. I actually had a PS1 and PS2 back in the day too, and I played on people's current gen consoles. So
yeah, well, I'm looking at it from my perspective because I own a Wii U, I own a Xbox One. I actually don't own a PS4. I have 2 PS3s, so I'm like a generation behind on the Sony consoles. So
Yeah.
I'm not really too aware of the PS4 network stuff. So that's why I'm like saying it, like comparing it to what I have already.
And to go back a little bit to the controllers, what do you guys feel about the battery system?
Oh, you're talking about the 2.5 hour to 6 hour battery life?
Basically the Wii U, basically the gamepad life.
I hope there's like a way you can like change the brightness on the Switch, just like with the 3DS, you were able to change your brightness settings and also power saving mode in order to save power on the console itself.
Yeah, my opinion towards the battery life right now, they said it was depending on what game you were playing.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm assuming, like, if you're playing, like, Puyo Puyo Tetris or something like that, it's not really going to drain your battery. But if you're playing, like, a really graphic intensive or
like
maybe
Skyrim
big
or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those games are definitely going to... But the thing is...
They'll be high battery usage, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is that I forgot to mention when we were going over accessories that, you know how the Joy-Cons had so much tech stuffed into them.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that in the bottom of the Switch gamepad, it has a USB Type-C insert in the bottom, and I know so many people about that too. So if it has one of those, it's going to be like, you know, an iPod, iPhone, like any of your phones basically. Plug it in there, and I actually have a chargeable dock. So if I charge it up for like 6 hours on my Switch gamepad and then have 4 hours of charge on my portable charging station, I have like 10 hours of play on that probably. So it would be pretty good on that.
Helpful.
I feel like for the battery, I feel like I don't really care too much about like battery life, but I think it would be kind of I think it's kind of strange that they're showing it like you can go places and still use it, but have a small battery life. Because I know when I go out, I usually go out for like almost like all day. So
yeah, especially where you guys live, there's definitely a lot of ride time that you guys in your
we have to travel. So. Yeah, we have to travel to like 45 minutes to an hour to get to just like a Walmart. To get to a Walmart.
Yeah, I think they were like planning on like, hey, you're like going on a trip or something like that, or like a plane ride, and then for the first, I guess like 3 hours, you'd be able to play like Skyrim. Yeah, if you were like the guy was playing Skyrim in the plane, I'm sure like maybe his gamepad died, and then that was it. He just had to like sleep the rest of the way. I think they were just like going like, hey, have a short burst or bring some chargers or something like that with you on the way. I don't know the message they're trying to convey with it, and considering that the Switch's battery, you can't even take the battery out. So definitely third-party chargers are the way to go. It definitely, I think, has a better battery life than the Wii U gamepad, because I know that thing, after a while, dies like almost instantly.
Mine dies between like 3 hours or so now.
I mean, it was great for the times I used it. Like during the beginning, I used it because I was sharing a TV with my parents and everything like that. But it worked out because I was able to play the game on the go.
I used it a lot at the beginning too. When I first got Wind Waker, I used it mostly.
Yeah, it was a great idea. And I'm glad the Switch is like taking it.
Yeah, we know it's definitely like one of the most important things because it determines how long we're gonna play a game for.
Yep.
Like especially some of the games are going to be like adventure games, sandbox games, those types of games. There has certainly been much to discuss about the Nintendo Switch and its features. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Nintendo Switch discussion, where we discuss our most anticipated Switch games. If you guys enjoyed this discussion, be sure to leave a like to let me know I did a great job, and if you have any comments, questions, feedback, anything of that sort, be sure to let me know down in the comments section down below. And with that, thank you guys for watching. And to keep up to date with my videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TheHangoutHut to get in on the buzz, sneak peeks, and other cool things. I look forward to seeing all you guys again at the hut real soon. This is Matt Game from The Hangout Hut, signing out.